Hello and welcome to another IELTS speaking practice video by IELTS Johnny. So today, 3 students from class IELTS 43, they are going to do their speaking practice. So class, let's start with part 1 first to warm up. So let's try topic number 17 now. It's about mornings. So Miss Chow, do you often get up early in the morning? And what do you often do?
Well, for me, it's very usual to get up early in the mornings. It's like a daily routine for me. Every day I get up at about 6 a.m. in the mornings.
Wow.
However, in when school days start, I usually start school. I usually wake up at about 5 a.m. to
Hmm.
get ready.
Wow. I can never wake up that early. So I envy my students. Okay. So how about you, Mr. Yen? What do you usually do when you get up early?
When I get up early, I usually go go have a showers, and after that, I listen to the music to start my days. And after listening to music, I go to have breakfast with my mom.
My mother.
So
I go to have
yeah,
breakfast with my mother.
with my mother, and is this that are these things that I usually do in the morning when I get up early.
I see. So, Mr. Yen, please, do you get up early on weekends?
Mm, Actually, yes, because I think I get into the habit of getting up early. So even it's on the weekends, I still get up early to start my day.
I see. How about you, Mr. Do you often get up early in the morning?
Uh, I have to get up early in the morning because I have to work at 8 a.m. But my house is far away from my company. It took me about 1 hour to travel to my work. So I have to get up at 5:30 and prepare for everything to ready go to work.
I see. So, Mr. Which morning do you like best in a week? You know, you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all the way to Sunday. So, which morning do you like the best in a week?
For me, I love Sunday morning the best because I don't have to work at Sunday, but
On
I
Sunday.
earn
On Sunday.
on Sunday, but I still have to get up early at 6 o'clock because I
Six.
have
Six
six
o'clock.
o'clock
Six. Kéo
because
dài, extra. 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. At
six
6 o'clock.
at 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. I have to get up early at 6 o'clock because I have to go to church
Oh,
at
you
the
have to go to
weekend.
the church, right? You have to go to the
Yes,
church in the weekend. I
but
see. Yeah.
however, after that, I can enjoy my weekend. So I still love this my Sunday morning.
Yes. Okay. So, Miss Yao, please. So, which morning do you like best in a week and why?
Um, well, personally, I love Sundays morning the best. As usual, on Sundays, um, usually on Sunday, I don't have any extra classes. And at that time, I was able to do other things, like doing homework, assignment, or taking a rest after a hard day studying at school. So for me, Sundays, mornings are the best time that because I'm able to do a lot of activities to improve my physical development.
Physical development? What do you mean? Like you are still young, right? No? I mean, do you mind if I ask your age?
Um,
Miss Chow,
I'm
are you still in,
15.
oh, you're still in high school, right?
Yes.
Oh, of course. I'm sorry. I forgot. I thought you were still working. You're working now. Okay, sorry. So, Miss Chow, do you work efficiently in the morning or at any other time?
Mm. Well, I can't deny, but normally in the morning, um, everything starts to be quite exhausting.
Hmm. Of course,
Um,
super exhausting for me in the morning too.
yes, and especially when I have to start school early in the mornings, um, I have to attend classes. So maybe for me it got things get really tiring, but I could say that it's not really too ineffective all the time when I work in the morning. It still working in the morning still has some benefits, and they all still produce productivity.
Okay, I see now. So, Miss Duyan, what do you think? Do you work efficiently in the morning too?
I wish when it comes to working efficiently in the morning, I would say yes. I feels like I have more energy in the morning rather than at night because at night I feel so sleepy. So in the morning I have enough energy to read books, to do things like do homework that the teacher gave me the last night. So I always when do things I would do in the morning because I think it's so easier for me to do to accomplish the task.
I see. Now, let's try another topic. That is 18 about color. So, Miss Duyan, please, what is your favorite color and why?
Mm, Blue is my favorite color, I would say,
Hmm.
because it brings me a sense of peace. And also when I look at the blue sky, I feels like it's so relaxing. Whenever I go to school, I feel so stressed. Then I look outside, see the blue colors, and it makes me feel so relaxed. So it is my favorite color.
Okay, very well, very well. So, Miss Brooke, please, so what's your favorite color then?
My my favorite color is dark blue. It's a very beautiful color to me. It makes me feel calm and scenery
Sorry,
because
it made me feel calm and
serene.
I don't understand. Serene, you mean?
Serene. Oh, I guess.
It's the
Serene.
word serene, I think. Serene, it means that you feel zen, you know. You feel very zen. You know the word zen. You feel like you're very calm and relaxing. I think that's the right word. calm, you feel very calm and relaxed. Mình đang trong trạng thái relax nha. So you would feel very calm and relaxed yourself. I see. So, Mr. How about what's the color you dislike and why?
I don't really hate any particular
No.
color.
Dislike and hate is two different things. You know, hate is very strong, dislike. So, what's the color you dislike and why?
I don't really especially dislike any color because I think they are all beautiful in their way. It just need to combine to some other color and it's become more brilliant. And of course, when you decorate your house or any thing, you need many kinds of color, not always a monotone color.
You mean monotone, right?
Monotone,
It's
yes.
called mono mean one, so monotone. Monotone means like there's only one tone, you know. And like, for example, in Vietnam, a lot of people, they just choose the color white, you know, and I don't like it. It just looked very weird to me. I mean, why white always where there's so many other colors to choose, right? So what do you think, Miss Zhao? Well, what color do you dislike? What's the color you dislike and why?
Well, for me, out of all the colors, I'm not really into the color yellow. I guess it's because it's the colors this color doesn't really suit me much, especially when it comes to choosing the color for clothes, or any specific
Specific.
furniture.
Any specific
And
furniture?
yes,
Hmm.
and especially the bright yellow, it really stands out all the other colors, and for me, I think it's too bright and it's just too colorful.
I say it's too bold, maybe. Let me give you a new word. Bold. Làm trội quá. Nó nổi trội quá. So some color just too bold. You know, like for example, you wouldn't want to use a neon color for your wall, right? You might want to use neon color for places like entertainment places, such as a bar or a club, you know. However, you wouldn't want a neon color for your home. I think it's really hard to use those color, you know. So so Miss Zhao, tell me, do you prefer dark or bright colors?
Well, personally, I prefer dark colors more than the bright ones. For me, the dark colors tend to the dark colors, especially on clothes, tend to bring me some kind of formality in when it comes to wearing clothes, and it looks more elegant while wearing the dark colors. On the other hand, the bright colors, tend to be the bright colors don't usually suit my eyes very much, and
It just basically, it's just too striking. No, sorry, not the word striking. It just really irritating, maybe.
yes.
It irritates your eye somehow, no? I see. So you probably, I think dark colors work better for you. So you probably have seen my new home, no? Because I post videos and pictures a lot, right? So I use a very dark color, dark shade of purple for my workroom and my living room. So actually it works perfectly though, because it looks very chill, if I have to say it in the right way. So what do you think, Miss Tuyền? Will you prefer bright or dark color?
To be honest, I prefer bright colors. It makes me feel, the reason for this is that when you go out, the weather is sunny, it's too hot, and like if you wear a dark colors like a black t-shirt, it makes me feel so irritated. Like it's too dark, and it makes me feels like the weather is hotter, so I tend to be more dạng như đổ mồ hôi, sweat. I tend to be more sweating, I think so. So I prefer bright colors. It makes me look chic, and like it makes me look older. So there's the reason that I like bright colors.
I see. So tell me, Mr. What colors are the walls of the rooms in your home?
My home is painted with base color.
It's called beige, right?
Yes,
Beige.
beige.
Màu be. It's called beige. It's like cream, I think. It's like a cream color, isn't it? Okay.
It's not too brilliant unique.
Unique.
And
It's
unique.
unique. Nhớ âm hai nha.
Beige.
Beige. So this is a beige color, like let's say beige wall. This is a color beige. It's like cream, you know. I actually do like this shade of beige. I do. So what about it, Mr.
I think this color is quite easy to combine with others furnitures.
Furnitures, with other kind of furnitures, right?
Other furniture in my house, and of course in other people's house. I think that's because they usually choose furniture such as sofa, floors with basic color, and it make people don't need to think more about design. It's quite hard to combine mismatch colors.
Mismatch, right?
Yes, mismatch
Right.
color with each
Sometimes color
other.
are mismatched. Không, mismatch means like they don't fit with each other. Nó bị so le, không phối với nhau được. It's called mismatch, you know. It's very good. It's a new word you need to know. Mismatch color. Like for example, some color they just don't work together well, you know. A lot of color just don't work together that well. Like for example, you wouldn't want to match the color, let's say white with like a red furniture, for example. You wouldn't want that. Anyway, so Miss Jiao, what do you think? Well, do you know what color your friend like most?
Well, most of my friends, well, actually, it depends. They like different kinds of colors. Most of them, when I ask about what's their favorite color, they tend to say that it can be red or green. I could say that they really love colors which are pretty bright, and it can make it, and those colors can make their clothes become more colorful and appealing.
Okay, more colorful and appealing, I see. But seriously, do you know your friends well? Do you know the color your friend like most? But seriously, do you know Miss Jiao? Or you're just not like, you don't care about what color your friends like most?
I'm because they tell me their favorite color, so
Oh,
I'm not sure if they are lying or not, but
oh wow.
I hope it's true though.
Wow. Okay, so do you think colors reflect people's personality, Miss Jiao? So think about that one. Some people say that if you like the color green, for example, you are much more creative, or you are much more, let's say, you have leadership ability, to have a leadership ability, có khả năng gọi là lãnh đạo, or you can lead people. I mean, that's just what I read a long time ago, I think. Or if someone like the color yellow, for example, they're also very creative too. Or if someone like the color white, they like things very clean, simple. They like things very clean and simple, I think. And if people like dark, like black color, they often work in creative fields, or they often how can I say, misunderstood people, những người dễ bị hiểu lầm, I think. So what do you think, Miss Jiao? Do you think personality are reflected by color choice? Em có nghĩ những tính cách nó được phản ánh bởi cái sự lựa chọn màu sắc không? Or do you think colors reflect people's personalities?
Well, I believe that the colors actually have play a part in reflecting people's personalities. For example, those who love the color which have the soft tone, like blue or white or green in the soft tone, they tend to be very calming when it comes to dealing with situations or arguments around them. On the other hand, those who love the color which are bright or neon, like hot pink or yellow, for me, I think that they are really energetic, creative, and they are really into interacting with people around them.
Interacting with people around them, I see. So what do you think, Miss Duyen? So do you think personalities of people are reflected by the color choice of them? Em mới paraphrase lại câu hỏi.
I think it's like color actually reflect people's personalities. Since, for example, like those who are introvert, they tend to be more like dark colors because they don't want stand out from other people, and they don't want to be the center of the
They don't want to be the center of attention, right?
of attention. They don't want to be they don't want to be in the center
of attention.
the center of attention. On the other hand, people who like bright colors like white, pink, they tend to be more younger
Bold,
and
younger.
and it feels like they have more energy. They kind of tend to be an extrovert person, so they are easier to talk to. So I do think color. So there's the reason that I think colors reflects people's personalities.
I see. Very good. So, Mr. What do you think? Do you think different colors have different meaning? Like, okay, there are meanings to color. Like, for example, in Vietnam, the color yellow, bright yellow, I mean, they are often used, is often used during the Lunar New Year, the springtime, you know. The color red also used a lot in Lunar New Year and during Mid-Autumn Festival. Mid-Autumn Festival, Trung Thu. And it symbolizes, so let's say it symbolizes something. It symbolizes luck, success, victory, something like that. But are there other color and their meanings too? So what do you think, Mr.? Do you think different colors have different meanings?
I totally agree with that idea. For example, at weddings, bright colors are usually referred with white color being the dominant color because it symbolizes purity and innocence. And of course, for formal occasions, people refer to you black and white because it makes them more mature and serious.
Mature,
of course,
serious,
mature, yes. Of course, in the Lunar New Year, people love using red and yellow items because they think it's provide them luckiness and wealth.
I don't think people say luckiness at all. I think it's luck, you know. Nó chỉ là danh từ, nó là luck mà. The noun form is luck.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Luck and prosperity.
Prosperity, sự thịnh vượng. Prosperity. Okay, so Miss Jia, what do you think? Do you think different colors have different meanings?
Well, of course, I could say that every colors have its own meanings and characteristic. For example, talking about the color black, I could say that in funerals, when people wear clothes which are black, it represents respect towards the families, towards the family members, the other family members. And it looks like they wearing black tend to be very formal and not too bright like other colors to look at. Additionally, when it comes to the color red, people usually refer it as a color of luck. Wearing red, people tend to wear red when they want to
When I want to attract luck, right? To
yes.
attract good vibe, to attract luck. You know, hấp dẫn cái năng lượng tốt. To attract good vibe, good energy, or maybe just attract luck, you know. What else then, Miss Joe? Okay, Miss Tuyên, what do you think? Do you think different colors have different meanings?
I do believe that different colors have different meanings. Take red colors as an example. I do think that red colors bring the people luck and good energy.
Luck.
As luck and good energy as well. And I think black may bring the people some bad luck.
Oh, really?
So because it like nó hút năng lượng, nó giống như là
You believe that
so
it attracts bad energy, you mean?
Yeah, I mean it attracts bad energy, and like most of people, like
Most
I
of
mean in my
the
town,
people?
most of the people in my town, I mean they don't like wearing black colors because they don't want to attract bad luck, bad energy. So I think different colors has different meaning in my country.
I see. Right, I see. So, Mr. Please, is there any color that have special meaning in your country? Very special, and people just use them in special occasions, you know? So this color, basically, this question can be answered in a similar way to the other question.
The first color come to my mind is red.
The first color that comes to my mind is.
The first color that comes to my mind is red color. Because I think that my country is influenced by the culture of China and some neighboring countries in Asia.
In Asia.
Many countries think that red is luxurious and lucky colors.
Luxurious and
lucky colors.
Luxurious. Sang chảnh, xa hoa. It's a luxurious. It's a luxurious color. Anything else?
In the past, kings in many countries often favors this color. It shows their power, and it's very brilliant and outstanding. Often associated with prosperity, luck, and celebration, usually used in festivals and important events.
Important events, correct. I see. Right. So, okay. I think we can go to part 2 now. Okay, that's 18 now. Let's go to part 2. All right. So part 2, we also have lots and lots of topics. All right. Let's try. Where's 21? Okay. 21 is describe a time when you encouraged someone to do something that he or she didn't want to do. So remember, so it's like he or she didn't want to do, but you try to influence, you try to encourage them to do it, or you try to convince them to do it against their will, you know. Nó chống lại cái ý nguyện của người ta, nhưng mà mình vẫn khuyến khích người ta làm được. It's like against their will somehow, you know. All right, and look at this one. You should say who he or she is, what you encouraged him or her to do, and how he or she reacted. And explain why you encouraged him or her to do it. Like for example, I can say maybe you encourage your brother or sister to go to the gym in order to improve their health, for example, but that person is actually very lazy to go to the gym, something like that. They need a kick, you know, they need some discipline. Cần có một số sự kỷ luật. They need a bit of discipline. All right, so for example, like that, or I can give you some other ideas. Sometimes when you have people who doesn't want to study, but then you try to encourage them to go to class to study, you know, that could also be one thing, you know. Like for example, I have always been trying to encourage people from time to time to study, you know. Of course, they didn't want to do it, but then I still try to encourage them, you know. Okay, so part 3 of encouraging others. Talking about this one, how can managers encourage their employees? Là thế nào là những người quản lý có thể khuyến khích những nhân viên của họ được? Well, think about how they can give their employees some encouragement, like for example, a salary raise. So let's give them a raise. A raise, một sự tăng lương. Of course, everyone wants that, right? If you're working, you always want that. You always want a raise. But the problem is managers will never try to do that. They will never want to do that, you know. They never really want to do that. So they will try to, let's say, make their employees do team building, for example. Team building activities. Những hoạt động xây dựng đội nhóm. Like those activities that they hope people will find more encouragement. They will find better, you know, energy, motivation to do their work, you know, something like that. Unfortunately, in Vietnam, I think team building is just a waste of time. A big waste of time, I think. I mean, I used to work, of course, I used to work for people, and I know team building is just a big waste of time. I mean, all right, another way that managers can encourage the employees, it's basically allowing employees more freedom to make decisions, you know. So it's like they allow their employees more freedom to make decisions, and of course they have to take responsibility for it, of course. But allowing people more freedom to make decisions actually encourage them to work hard, you know, to be creative, you know. However, in Vietnam, I don't think it's the right way, because a lot of people in Vietnam, they are not very creative. Or sometimes if they try to be creative, things often end badly, you know. things often end badly for them and for the company. Giống như là tự nhiên cái đẻ ra thứ này thứ kia xong cái rồi mọi thứ đổ bể hết. Well, things often end badly if people try to be creative and they don't follow the rules, you know. And I'm not so sure. Maybe Miss Trúc and Miss Tuyền can give me some ideas. Can you give us some ideas, maybe? Do you have any ideas how managers can encourage their employees?
Tăng kỳ nghỉ du lịch.
Oh, so maybe basically increase the number of paid vacation days, I mean.
Yeah.
Of course, they go on vacation, they still get paid. Vẫn được trả lương nha khi được đi nghỉ. So increase the number of paid vacation days. Yeah, I think that's one good way. Anything else?
Rồi hỗ trợ bảo hiểm, tiền bảo hiểm.
Well, actually according to the labor law, insurance is a must if you work for a company, you know. Bắt buộc mà, theo luật lao động là bắt buộc phải có bảo hiểm nha. So I think that's something that you must have already.
Must have. Oh.
Nhớ là trong luật lao động là bắt buộc phải có cái đó nếu bạn làm full time nha. Remember, according to labor law, you are entitled to insurance, health insurance, and free medical checkup. Okay. Dựa theo luật là mình là đứng ra là phải được hưởng cái đó luôn á. Bảo hiểm sức khỏe và chăm sóc sức khỏe miễn phí, free medical checkup. Chăm sóc giống như là kiểu đi khám được miễn phí thôi. And actually there are other things that I think you should research about, you know. Research labor law in Vietnam. Coi luật lao động Việt Nam bao gồm gì. Okay, so when should parents encourage their children? So the question is when. Think about when their children are unmotivated. Think about what happens after a long vacation, you know. Like, for example, after Lunar New Year, would children want to go back to school? And would children want to go back to studying, you know? How about like after summer, you know? I see. Okay, so think about sometimes parents have to encourage their children to go to the gym, for example, to take more classes, you know, to improve their physical health, or to improve their skills, other skills, you know. And sometimes children just sometimes they are lazy, you know. Let's just say that. Okay, next one. What kind of encouragement should parents give? Nên khuyến khích trẻ nhỏ theo kiểu gì? Like, you know, you can actually encourage children by complimenting them. Compliment children in front of a lot of people. For example, khen trẻ nhỏ rất nhiều người chẳng hạn. You can actually compliment children in front of a lot of people. It works, somehow it works, I think. And it actually it boosts the self-esteem or confidence of children. Nó làm tăng cái sự tự tin của trẻ nhỏ. And also it makes them feel better about themselves, you know. Because as children, you have to understand that they constantly suffer from a low self-esteem, you know. a lot of people, when they were children, they suffer from a low self-esteem, constantly suffer from that, you know. So I think you need to do something about it, you know. Thực sự là hồi nhỏ, thật sự rất nhiều bạn trẻ là bị cái chứng gọi là thiếu tự tin vào bản thân á. I'm not talking about people who are overly confident, okay? But the majority of children, they lack self-esteem, you know. Phần đông trẻ nhỏ bị cái vụ mà không có tự tin vào bản thân á. Nhưng mà đương nhiên vẫn có mấy bạn mà tự tin thái quá thì không nói rồi. So think about the fact that you can give financial rewards, cho những phần thưởng về mặt tiền bạc. Give financial rewards, like for example, if children clean the toilet, clean their room, and do all their household chores, then they receive more allowance, những khoản tiền cho phép hàng tuần, hàng tháng gì đó. So if they can receive more allowances, monthly allowances, you know, it's a financial reward for their hard work. So by encouraging children to do that, I think parents can teach them the value of labor, giá trị của lao động. Có thể được dạy bằng cách mà giờ con làm việc nhà đi, xong rồi ba mẹ trả tiền cho con. Well, actually that's one way. Teach them the value of labor when saying that you should do household chores will increase your monthly allowances. For example, you know. Or, of course, by encouraging, you should also give punishment for the job that is not so good, you know. Có thưởng phải có phạt, chứ nếu mà công việc làm không ra gì thì cũng phải phạt nha. Of course, punishment is possible too if the job is not so good. Okay, so I can think of one other encouragement you can give people. Like if children do good, they can receive let's say a gift that they want. For Christmas, for example. It works if children are younger than 10 years old, you know. But when children reaches the age of about 12 or 13, I don't think it works anymore. Nếu như trẻ nhỏ trước 10 tuổi thì nói là giờ con làm tốt cái Giáng sinh có được quà chẳng hạn, thì nó works. Nhưng mà lúc mà nó dậy thì rồi, đến 11, 12, 13 gì đó, nó có vẻ không còn work nữa. You know, that thing doesn't work anymore, I think. So it depends on the age as well. You have to think about that, you know. So it depends on the age you have to do this one. Now, do you think some people are better than others at motivating others? Anh chị có nghĩ rằng một số người thì tốt hơn người khác ở chuyện tạo động lực cho người khác không? Well, you know, some people, they just know how to talk, you know. And you can give some examples. Yeah, but remember, part 3, you should not give examples about yourself, okay? You should give examples of what's on the news. Or general example. Nhớ là part 3 không cho ví dụ bản thân nha. Bất quá phải làm thế thôi. Cho ví dụ những cái mà chung chung hoặc là trên truyền thông vân vân. Alright, so let's have some time. Okay, let's start first with Miss Tuyen, please. Can you describe a time when you encouraged someone to do something that he or she didn't want to do? Can you?
When it comes to a time when I encouraged someone to do something that he or she didn't want to do, I would say the story about my online friend. She is Filipino. I met her online. After a long time talking, sharing many things to each other, she told me that she's scared of us speaking in front of the public. And I asked her to do it many times because I think it will boost her confidence. she definitely she refused, and I try my best. I convince her to do that. I say many advantage if her do it. And one day she sent me a picture. She stand in front of the public talking, and I was so happy when seeing that. She messaged me that she did it, and I was like, I was so excited. uh, because like I think since then she will have more confidence talking to the people around her. So this is the story that so there's the time that when I encourage my friend to do something that she or he didn't want to do. That's all.
Oh, I see now. That's very good, Miss Duyên. Now,
So thanks.
Trúc, please. You're welcome. Miss Trúc, please, your turn. Please describe a time when you encouraged someone to do something that he or she didn't want to do. Can you?
The persons who I gave my encourage. The person who I gave my encourage is my best friend. We've known each other for more than 8 years, a long time, and we didn't often have serious conversations. But once she talked me about her decision about decisions about staying in the city for work instead of returning to her hometown. At first, she really thought that, and because her families was in a very harsh situations, so working in the city would earn her more money. But I know that in her deep soul, she really wanted to be with her family. Working in her hometown didn't pay as well, but after a while, I pursued her. I helped her realize the benefits of going to her hometown.
Realize the benefit of going back to her hometown, is that?
Yes, going back to her hometown.
Back.
Back.
Of going back to her hometown.
Yes, going back to her hometowns. No rent, lower living costs, and most importantly, being close to her family. At the end, I successfully pursued her. And I think
persuade her, right?
Yes. And I believe that now she's really happy because her decisions.
Her decisions. Because of her decision. I see. Very good. Miss Zhao, your turn, please.
The time that I tried encouraging someone was about a month ago, and it was my friend who I tried to encourage. Well, honestly, she has always been the one who motivates me when it comes to studying, overcoming problems in life. And she has always encouraged me to, for example, taking part in extracurricular activities, or simply just going out with her friend group. So that time, I decided to encourage her to join an English class with me. normally the English classes organized by my school tend to kind of disappoint me, since it wasn't for mostly the classes end up weren't for educational purposes, and instead it was for entertainment purposes the most. And so that is the reason why I want her to go with me, because that time her grandmother passed away, so she was really upset, and
see.
I could say that she was really unmotivated in her studies. So I convinced her to go with me, but she kept
refusing.
insisting. Yes, she kept refusing my offer,
Oh,
and I may have annoyed her for a bit, but after a lot of times convincing her, she still refused my offer. So we ended up going to a cafe instead, since she wanted to have a soft drink. Well, I guess that time she was not really in the mood for going to any classes at that time. I guess she just wanted to have a small talk to encourage her to study and mm, comfort her.
and comfort her. Comfort her.
Comfort her.
Comforted her. Careful with the verb, okay? Cẩn thận với cái động từ các bạn. Quá khứ nha. Alright, so let's go to part 3 of encouraging others. So, Ms. Trúc, please. So, how can managers encourage their employees then?
A manager can encourage their employees with bonuses, appreciation, and
Sorry, I don't
recognitions.
understand that. What you say? Punish what?
Bonuses.
Punish what? We're talking about encouragement, you know?
Yes, I think that's a way to encourage their employees with appreciations and recognitions and bonuses. In reality, everyone wants to be praised at work. It makes the job much smoother and more enjoyable. Sometimes celebrations after a successful project is very great. Of course, I think that everyone's love to be encouraged, and the ways manager do that depends on their employees' personalities. That can be affect to one's
affect từ là không được. That can affect
their
morale, maybe. Tinh thần. So we have the word morale, you know. You know that word? Morale. Tinh thần của một tập thể hay một cá nhân. So basically the morale of a crowd, of a group of employees, or the morale of any individuals, you know. So, Ms. Tuyên, what do you think? How can managers encourage their employees?
I mean, there are many different ways that the managers could encourage their employees. The first one that I want to mention is give some encouragements. I mean, like give them a raise in their salaries. It is the things that every people who go to work, everyone who go to work want. But I think it's rarely happen because the manager would never want to do that. Instead, they would give their employees motivations, like when the employee complete the deadline on times or complete the deadline in advance, they would give them a motivation in advance. And the second is that I think they would allow their employees more freedom to make decisions, like
decision.
decisions.
Decision.
Decisions.
Decision.
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 Decision. Decision.
Decision.
Decision. Decision. Decision.
Decision.
Decision.
Decision.
No, nhìn mặt chữ C
pronounce-
làm S, C làm S, Dần làm DZ.
Decision.
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 Decision. Decision. Decision.
Decision.
It's better to just check, you know. It's decision, 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 decision.
It took me longer to make it correctly.
Of course. The okay, the C Dần làm DZ nào.
Decision. Decision. Decision.
So it's
Decision.
Decision. Decision. Decision.
decision.
Decision.
Okay. All right. So allow them like to make decision on their own, right?
On their own. It will make them more creative and think in different ways. So they may have some special methods to overcome the problems that company has. And also maybe the managers should increase the number of paid vacation days, so it will make the employees more satisfied and loyal to the company that they are working for.
I think one other way to encourage the employees, it's basically to promise them like a promotion, to a managerial position. Hứa là sẽ được thăng chức lên vị trí quản lý. Managerial position, you know. So promise them to this basically they can promise the employees that they will be promoted to a managerial position.
Managerial position.
Managerial.
Ba nha. Managerial.
Managerial.
Position. To promote them to a managerial position. And one other way, it's how can I say? Of course, promotion is very nice, and a raise, everyone wants that, right? So what do you think, Ms. Tuyên? Is it a good way to encourage the employees?
I couldn't catch it. Could you repeat that question?
Basically, do you think that giving them, promising them a promotion to a managerial position is a good idea? What do you think? Does it encourage them a lot like that?
I'm on the fence. I think the first one I think is so good. It's so like kind of good for the employees and also the manager as well, because they will, when you promise them a promotion, they will have more energy, they will have more motivation to do the work, so the productivity would be better. But on the other hand, if the manager just saying they don't actually promote the employee to a managerial position, they would disappoint that
So
the employee
it's like a double-edged sword, you know. Sword. Con dao hai lưỡi.
is like a
Double-edged
double-edged
sword. So
sword.
if you fail to keep your promise, then
Fail
the
to keep-
employee will quit. You know, they will quit the company. So it's a double-edged sword, to be honest with you. Thực sự luôn ở Việt Nam thường xuyên có cái vụ hứa lèo bánh vẽ. So in Vietnam, there's a lot of cases where managers often promise, but they never keep their promises to their own employees with those things, promotion or something like that, you know? Like, for example, managers in Vietnam always promise that at the end of the year, there will be something called annual bonus, you know, thưởng cuối năm, thưởng ở cuối năm, annual bonus. Check the chat, then you can see it. So there's an annual bonus at the end of the year, but a lot of the time, workers don't receive it. You know, so a lot of the time, workers don't receive it. Of course, it's bad, okay? Because they have been working so hard and they didn't receive the annual bonus. Of course, they would want to quit. So remember, if you encourage your employees, you have to keep your promise. If you promise them something, you have to keep your promise. You know. Anyway, so Xiao, what do you think? When should parents encourage their children then?
Well, personally, parents should encourage their children when it comes to the children having to do with conflicts or arguments with their their classmates or their close friends, which made them feel sad and upset. Additionally, I believe that parents should also encourage their children when they they receive bad grades, or when they felt unmotivated in their learning. With parents' encouragement, children can be more persistent in learning, and it will contribute a lot, making them feel more motivated in acquiring knowledge. And uh, moreover, believe that parents should also encourage their children, especially after summer break or after holidays, because it is really important for children to um, focus on learning instead of just mm, neglecting their studying after their breaks from their holidays.
I see. Now, so so Miss Zhao, let's try the next one. What kind of encouragement should parents give their children then? Try hard, Miss Zhao. You can do it. Cố lên.
Um, well, parents can encourage their children in many ways. First of all, I think that it is really essential to give advice to their children whenever they are going through a difficult time. For example, dealing with pressure from studying or any mental difficulties. The second way is to giving is a way to second way is to give their children allowances to do a specific thing. For example, doing the house chores or doing anything that the parents ask their children do in order for them to actually value for them to value labor. And lastly, I believe that it is also necessary for parents to giving their children gifts or any presents after they have achieved something which really made the parents themselves proud.
Okay, let's try. Okay, Miss Twin, please. So what do you think? When should parents encourage their children then?
I think parents should encourage children, especially in some occasions like when the children are feeling down or on the pressures, like when they get a bad scores in school,
Very
they
good.
are so upset. Maybe they feels like they are not good enough, and the parents would scold them. So the parents should encourage them at this time, and also they maybe just simple things like cook for them their favorite food, so it make them feel better. And another thing that parents should another kind of encouragement that parents should give is when the children do household chores. The children they would receive the monthly allowance.
Yes.
Allowances. Give them financial rewards. It's not just a financial rewards for them to buy sweet, buy candy, but it will teach the children the value of labor. I think it's so good because when the children grow older, they would know how to spend their money and how to work to get money to buy things that they want. So yeah, these are some kind of encouragement that parents should give their children.
I see. So, Mr. What do you think? What kind of encouragement should parents give them?
I believe that parents should give their children encouragement by words, by their understanding because
By
children
being understanding, by being understanding, right?
by being understanding, because
Bằng
children
chuyện
is
là phải hiểu cho trẻ con. By being understanding.
because sometimes children think that they are not good enough when they are receive bad grades in their classes, or when they do good things, just little things, but they are not appreciated. That makes them feel sad and sometimes discouraged. Their parents should know when their children feel bad, and they can talk to their children some advice, some love works, and sometimes give them the right directions for their problems. That makes their children to be more close to them and have their children more confidence in themselves. That's really important to them. When they grow up, they need it to improve themselves every day.
Of course, encouragement and also improve self-esteem is very important, you know, because without a good self-esteem, they cannot have the confidence in order to lead their life the way they want, you know. They will always have to be the followers of someone else, you know. Luôn luôn là cái kẻ phải theo người khác chứ không phải tự quyết định được cuộc đời. That will never bring them success. It will make them always feel miserable, you know, about themselves, cảm thấy đáng thương hại về chính bản thân. It will make them feel very miserable about themselves, you know. Những người khốn khổ, the miserables, you know. Okay, so Miss Chow, please. So do you think some people are better than others at motivating others?
Well, it's undeniable that there are a lot of people who are really good at motivating the people around them. I could say that they are really they are kind of like an expert when it comes to understanding other people's feelings and needs. They are really tactful and they know the best ways to give other people motivations in life. Some of them may have gone through the same experience as the people around them, so maybe they feel they tend to empathize the people around them, and they know the best solutions and they know how to motivate the person that person really well.
Okay. I see. So what do you think, Miss Tuyên? Do you think some people are better than others at motivating others?
I think so. I think yes. There are some people are good at motivating others. Like some people, I think they are tend to be more extrovert. Maybe they good at.
I think it's not about being extrovert or not, you know. It's just like they have the way with words. Họ có cái cách để bạn nói. They have a way with words. Họ biết cách ăn nói.
It works.
They have a way with words. It's nothing to do with being extrovert or introverts. Like, for example, I am a true introvert. I stay indoors a lot. and I still manage to motivate some people, you know. It's not about being extrovert, you motivate others better. Nah, no, I don't think so.
I'm wrong,
You know,
wrong,
but of
sorry.
course, you are entitled, you are your own opinions. Đâu sao đâu, ý của Tuyền cũng được, đâu sao đâu. Mỗi người mỗi ý, problem. So what do you want to say, Miss Tuyền?
Maybe because they have a way with words, they know how to encourage people, how to motivating others when the people are in troubles, they feel so bad, and they know the others' feelings, so they would definitely cheer the people up, and also they could give advice to solve the problems. And I think because maybe the people who are good at motivating others, maybe they have gone through the same experience, so they know what the others feeling, so they tend to like understand about this problem. So I think these so I think there are some people are better than others at motivating others.
Okay, very well. Let's move on to the next topic now. We have lingered on to this one for a little bit too long, I think. Okay, so this is 21. Let's try something else. I don't think we have done these. Okay, let's try all the way here. Okay. Okay, let's try 87. That's exciting. Now, describe a person who solved a problem in a smart way. So you should say like who this person is, what the problem is, how he or she solved that problem, and explain why you think he or she did it in a smart way. Tại sao cái người này lại làm cái chuyện đó theo kiểu rất là thông minh như vậy. Okay. Giải quyết vấn đề một cách rất thông minh. Okay, part 3. Do you think children are born smart or they learn to be smart? Bạn nghĩ trẻ nhỏ sinh ra đã thông minh hay là chúng học để trở nên thông minh hơn? Born smart. Born, how can I say, beautiful, or you know, being born smart, or you are born rich, or something like that. Sinh ra đã giàu. Born smart. You sinh ra đã thông minh. Wow, that sounds funny. You know, do you think children are born smart or they learn to become smart? Think about this one, because some people, they were born to be smarter than the others, you know. Một số người họ sinh ra họ đã có cái trí thông minh sẵn rồi, giống như là học nhanh hơn, suy nghĩ nhanh hơn. They actually learn faster, they think faster than the others, something like that, you know. And studying actually is easier for them compared to the rest of us. But to some people, you have to learn to become smart, and those people are often very studious, you know, rất chăm học, something like that. It's just my opinion, okay? You don't have to do the same like what I do, you know. Chỉ là cái ý kiến cá nhân thì do thôi, các bạn có thể tự nghĩ ra. All right, you should give examples. Okay. So how do children become smart at school? Làm thế nào để trẻ nhỏ trở nên thông minh trong trường? So some people think that bringing children to, how can I say, bringing children to, what's it called? After school classes or extracurricular classes might be the answer, you know, because those children, they learn more compared to the other people. So maybe that's their way to make them smart at school. It can work, I think. Cách này cũng có thể work được, nhưng mà tốn tiền thôi. Tốn sức, tốn tiền nhiều thôi. Bắt trẻ đi học thật nhiều lớp. Well, it actually costly, very tiring, but it works somehow. And also, I think the traditional school system, you have to think about that. Cái hệ thống trường học truyền thống á, the traditional school system does not encourage people to be smart, to be honest with you, but they encourage people to memorize a lot. Cái hệ thống trường học truyền thống nói chung á, nó không có khuyến khích con người ta trở nên thông minh, mà nó khuyến khích con người ta ghi nhớ nhiều, thì đúng không? So that's why you have to learn, you have to memorize a lot of facts and figures. Học rất là nhiều kiến thức và con số này nọ. You know, that's why. I mean, yes, to some extent, it encouraged people to be smart too, but not that much, I think. So I think to become smart at school, you need to, how can I say, study well, need to read a lot, you know, phải đọc rất nhiều nữa mới trở nên smart nha. And you need to also ask a lot of questions. Phải hỏi rất nhiều câu hỏi nha. You need to ask a lot of questions because through asking questions, you learn new things. Because you discuss with other people, when you ask questions, when you learn new things, you become smarter. Cái chuyện mà học hỏi á, nó quan trọng lắm nha. Nó làm cho mọi người trở nên thông minh hơn thật. Now, so why are some people well-rounded? So we have a way to say it. Well-rounded means văn võ song toàn, con nhà người ta. So it means that you do everything very perfectly. It means that you are both good with sports and you're also good with your studies, you know. Vừa học giỏi, vừa thể thao giỏi. Wow, that's well-rounded. And you are even more well-rounded if you are born rich, you know. Sinh ra nhà giàu, học giỏi, thể thao giỏi. Wow. That is well-rounded, you know. Đúng nghĩa con nhà người ta luôn á. Why are some people well-rounded and others only good at one thing? Tại sao một số người lại cái gì cũng giỏi, còn một số người khác thì chỉ giỏi một cái thôi? Well, you have to understand that people's view of what is considered good is different. Cách nhìn nhận của con người của cái mà được coi như là tốt á, là giỏi á, thì nó khác biệt. People's view of what is considered good is different. Like for example, think about what I told you about the traditional school system. Nhớ thầy nói gì về hệ thống trường học truyền thống không? If you memorize things well, you will do well in the traditional school system. Nếu các bạn ghi nhớ giỏi, các bạn sẽ được điểm cao thôi. So people will think that you are good at study, yeah? But if you change the way that the school system works, nếu mình thay đổi cái cách mà cái hệ thống trường học nó vận hành á, in a way that forces people to be creative, then a lot of people will fail, you know. Thay đổi cách vận hành để thành con người ta trở nên là sáng tạo thì mới sống được. Thì cái hệ thống trường học truyền thống những cái người đó người ta sẽ fail rất nhiều. So think about this one. You may be good at one thing, but when people look at it at different perspective, you might not be that good. That's just my idea. Well, another thing is if people are well-rounded, they try a lot of things, you know. Những cái người mà làm được nhiều thứ thật sự là họ phải thử rất nhiều thứ thì họ mới biết được họ giỏi cái gì. You know, they have to try a lot of things. They have to not be afraid of failing, you know, of failure. Họ phải không được sợ là sai, không được sợ thất bại. They have to not be afraid of failing or not be afraid of failure, you know. Okay, so of course, well-rounded people, you know, some people are just born that way, you know. But my idea is that maybe they were, how can I say, their family knows how to educate their children well. Gia đình họ biết cách dạy con rất tốt luôn nha. Thì con mới trở nên văn võ song toàn như vậy. Of course, if the family knows how to educate their children well, their children will be very talented, will be very well-rounded, good with everything, you know. But if the family, it's, you know, you don't spend enough time with your children, you don't spend enough time talking to your children, playing toys with them, or you don't, how can I say, share things with them, then your children might not be so well-rounded because they don't learn much from you, you know. Because research has proven that the more you talk to your children, the more you interact with your children, the more they learn from you. Nghiên cứu nói rõ luôn á, mình càng tương tác nhiều với trẻ nhỏ càng học được nhiều từ cha mẹ của chúng. Thực sự là cha mẹ chúng là học được là chủ yếu. So if you don't spend time with your children that much, your children will not learn much. I mean, just my idea, okay? I think one more theory is that, có một cái thuyết nữa. I think if you're well-rounded, you probably you're a swift learner. A swift learner. Một người học rất nhanh. If you are a swift learner, you learn things quicker than the others, you know. So it means that you spend less time to hone or to improve your skills and knowledge. Có nghĩa là mình dành ít thời gian hơn để mà cải thiện kỹ năng và kiến thức so với người khác. And it means that you can do more than the others. Mình có thể làm được nhiều thứ hơn. You can do more than others. Làm được nhiều thứ hơn người khác. Now, why does modern society need talents of all kinds? Tại sao xã hội hiện đại lại cần những tài năng của tất cả các chủng loại chứ không phải chỉ một số tài năng? So why do we need like talents of all kinds, not just a few types, you know? Oh, sorry. Like, think about it. We need talents in sports. We need talents in science. We need talents in entertainment. That's the main thing, right? But we also need talents in art. We need talents in people, teaching people how to talk, you know? Những tài năng để giao tiếp á. Okay, so we also need talents in, say, other fields that the society does not want much. Like, for example, if you are talented with swimming, but the society does not need you that much because the society wants football, talent in football playing. For example, you may be at a disadvantage. Bạn có thể nằm ở cái thế mà bất lợi. Nếu mà bạn, ví dụ như mà bạn giỏi môn bơi lội đi, nhưng mà xã hội không cần bạn, xã hội lại chỉ cần những người mà giỏi môn football, bóng đá thôi chẳng hạn, thì bạn có thể bị thế bất lợi. But remember, the society needs talent of all kinds because to make life more varied, để làm cho cuộc sống nó đa dạng hơn. And when the need arises, they need you, you know. Khi mà cái nhu cầu nó xuất hiện á, thì người ta cần mình lắm luôn mà kiếm không ra nha. It's like for example, if someone is really good with, let's say, swimming. So when people cannot find swimming teachers, you will be the one who get a lot of work to do, Nói chung là cái thời thế nó đổi thì những cái người mà làm những cái ngành mà nó không có mainstream á thì họ sẽ gọi là được đi lên thôi. Nhưng mà cái vấn đề là cái xã hội nó phải chấp nhận là có rất nhiều talent của tất cả các chủng loại thì nó mới lúc mà thái độ nó đổi á thì mới có một số người họ lên, một số người họ xuống như này. Các bạn hiểu không? You understand my reasoning? Nó giống như là trong tiến hóa rồi đó. It's like in evolution, If all the creatures in a population is the same, so when there is a catastrophe happened, all of them will die, and the population will become extinct. Nó giống như trong tiến hóa sinh học vậy đó. Nếu bây giờ 100 con trong cái quần thể population đó nó y chang nhau về mặt sinh lý di truyền các thứ, thì lỡ đâu có thảm họa xảy ra chết hết cả 100 con, nó sẽ tuyệt chủng. However, if there are some individuals in the population that is different, so when the environment changes, most of the population dies out. Some small part will survive, and the population will not become extinct. Cái này các bạn ngày xưa học ở môn sinh học rồi. Khi cái quần thể nó thay đổi, khi mà cái môi trường nó thay đổi, chết hết phần đông nhưng mà vẫn còn một số những con mà nó khác biệt, nó sống sót, thì nó sẽ làm cái quần thể đó nó tiếp tục nó phát triển, chứ nó không có chết luôn, không có tuyệt chủng luôn. So this question can be answered in a very similar way, Cái câu này cũng thể được trả lời một cách rất là giống như vậy nha. Okay, so you have some time now to think. Okay, so Ms. Trúc, you first. Please describe a person who solved a problem in a smart way.
Oh, the person I think of is my manager. At work, she often helps me solve difficult problems by giving advice. I remember one time when I was struggling with my projects.
Project.
Yes.
Project. Mở rộng miệng. Bành miệng lên. Project.
I need this to create and improve products at a much lower cost than the existing one.
Existing one. Yes.
At that time, when I didn't know where to start, she quickly suggested me a very good advice in changing the process. Instead of using many machines as the real situation, she suggested me to combine several processes and simplify everything, requires less manpower,
Yes.
and allow the project goals to be achieved. This approach could also be applied to many other projects in the future. I think she did very well because her approach was effective and suited the actual situation. We had the capability to do it. I think the elements of suitability is crucial because no matter how good matters is, if it's not practical, it doesn't help.
It doesn't help, yeah. Okay, good, very good. Tuyên, please, your turn.
When it comes to describe a person who solve a problem in a smart way, I would say it's my mom, it's my mother. If I'm not mistaken, it happened a year ago when she was cooking lunch for me. At this time, just me and her
Just
stay
I
at
and
home.
her, just I and she was
Just
it was just me and her, yeah. Object, đóng vai trò object. It was just me and her, yeah.
it was just me and her at home. Then the fire became bigger and bigger. I was scared, screaming a lot, but she also scared. But she ran into the bedroom. She ran along a towel
So
that she
along with her, she brought along with her a towel. Tưởng thật quá khứ. She brought
brought
along with her a towel.
she brought along with her a towel, and next she dipped into water to cover the fire, to prevent oxygen, I think. Then the fire
To prevent
disappeared.
burns, you mean
Burn.
phòng ngừa
To
phỏng ha?
prevent burns. Then the fire disappeared.
Yeah.
Since then I was so surprised. And I realized that
I realized that.
I realized that my mom is so smart. She could solve a problem in a smart ways, and since then I think it was a memorable experience for me.
A memorable experience.
It was a memorable experience for me. So my mom is a
Good enough, good enough.
person that I
Không
talk
nên nói quá
about.
nhiều, các bạn có 2 phút thôi nha. Remember, part 2 you only have 2 minutes maximum. Okay, very good, Miss Tuyền. Miss Giao, your turn, please.
Well, about a month ago, well, the person who I would really love to mention that had a very smart way to solve a problem was a friend of mine who sits right next to me. Well, it was about a month ago that my teacher decided um to make to organize a group project for all the students. So my friends and I were can what didn't really my friends and I couldn't think of any creative ideas at all. And some suggested to just put the topic was about some kind of mountains. I didn't really remember exactly what the theme was, but I remembered it was something about mountains and trees. So some of my friends decided to just put the photos of the mountains on a slideshows, but we thought that it was not a creative way to present to make a project at all. But when my friend who sits next to me, he brought up a very creative idea of making costumes representing mountains, representing trees, and making a 3D object of mountains. I could say that the ideas was really unique, and I have never seen anyone who thought of that before. Honestly, the the it was really a time-consuming process, especially when it comes to making the costumes. Um, we really needed a lot of materials, but it was a really fun experience, and I could say that he was really clever especially in bringing up new ideas.
Good idea. Now, so let's just learn a bit more than 10 o'clock, okay? So, Miss Chow, please, do you think children are born smart or they learn to become smart?
Well, there are a lot of children nowadays are really smart, and some are born really smart and talented, and I believe that some are born really talented and smart, but some have to work really hard in order to be intelligent. Mm, well, it depends on um, how the families, especially their parents, educate their children in order to be smart. Um, uh, it is really important to know that how parents influences their children. Mm, they it depends on the teaching methods from parents that make their children smart.
Okay, very good. So,
However,
yeah, please continue. Please continue.
um, however, there are some kids, some children who have already born really smart. Maybe they are gifted, or maybe they are just born to be intelligent.
Yes, because Lady Gaga said, because I was born this way, baby. You know, you know. Lady Gaga có nói vậy mà. Yes, of course. So, Miss Tuyền, how do children become smart at school then? What do you think?
I think there are so many different ways to make children become smart at school. Maybe because their parents bring them to like after school classes and curriculum classes. So they study a lot. That means they study a lot, so they become smart. And awesome, I think, because they were small, they already smart. So then they take class, they do homework, then they know they're so talented, they're good at this things. So they focus on this and they become smart. I think so. That's all.
All right, so very good, thank you. So, Miss Brooke, why are some people well-rounded and others only good at one thing then?
Oh, in my opinion, it's hard to explain this. But some people are called well-rounded,
Cold.
are called well-rounded because they excel at everything they do. I think part of it is because they have a logical and intelligent approach that makes it take them less time to achieve results than others. Some others only good at one thing, maybe because they always take care of what they really love. Some just love playing instruments, and some love painting. It depends on their style and what they really want to do. Is make them spend more time on it than others activities. And another thing I want to say is sometimes it's not just fair, because some people are gifted. They have a very clever mind that help them good at many things they do.
Okay. Do anything they do, I see. Okay, so Miss Chow, why are some people well-rounded and others only good at one thing? What do you think?
We can see that in society there are those who are really well-rounded, and some are just good at one specific thing. I think there are a lot of reasons for this. Talking about those who are very well-rounded, I believe that they have to learn really hard, and they have to go through a lot of things in order to be good at a lot of things. I could say that they are really industrious, and
Very
they are always they are always willing to acquire anything they whenever they get a chance. Talking about those who are only good at one specific thing, I believe that it's because they haven't really found their um
found their true calling. Tiếng gọi cuộc đời. I haven't found a true calling. It's like, well, true calling means like what thing you do for your life, you know? I was like, tiếng gọi cuộc đời. Okay. Anyway, very good. So, Miss Tuyên, why does modern society needs talents of all kinds?
I think it's hard for me to explain, but I think it will make our society become more very and also when the need arises, they need the person that are talented in this. For example, like people who are talented in running, people might think that is not special at all, but somehow whenever they have problem, they will run quickly so they get out of trouble, and the people who are not good at running will die soon.
Actually, yes. If you are talented with running, yes. If there's a catastrophe, then a lot of people will die and you survive. You know, there's a movie about it. I'll show you. There's a movie about it. My Way. There's a movie about it. It's called My Way. You know, you should see it. It's a movie about two cousins. Do you know the actors? You probably know them. These two
Korean?
actors, one is Korean. Yeah, sorry.
No, nothing.
You probably know them. Check this word out. Check this one out. So both of them are runners. You know, they are marathon runners. Sorry, I'm not marathon. They are professional athletes before World War II. And because they are good with running, they survived the war, you know?
Wow.
You should check out this movie. It's very good. Trời, phim này hay lắm nha, Phong đâu? Phim My Way 2011 á. Oh, it's also pronounced like My Way, like this one, you know? It's funny. Okay, so, Mr. What do you think? Why does modern society needs talent of all kinds?
Everyone has their own role. I believe in this. Sometimes people might think their talents are insignificant compared to others, especially those with more practical talents, suitable with this real society situations, real societal situations. But when the needs arise, they need their talents. It's not it's regardless regardless how good a person is. As sometimes they are not in the really suitable situation with their talents.
Very well.
Yes, and they just need to find their ways and their real place spent for them.
You
So
need to find the right place for them, the right time,
yes,
and
the breath. Yes. And all talents need to be appreciated.
appreciated. Yes.
Yes, and they all are valuable.
Valuable. But you have to understand why society needs them, because everything we have an ever changing world, remember that, and we need variety. Chúng ta cần sự đa dạng chủng loại tại vì thế giới đang thay đổi liên tục. And we never know, because some people, they will do better than the others at one point, but at another point the country need another group of people to develop, you know. Một thời điểm nào đó đất nước này lại cần nhóm này để phát triển, nhưng thời điểm khác lại cần một nhóm khác để phát triển thì sao? I think that's one way to say it. So Miss Chow, you want to add anything? Why does modern society needs talent of all kinds? What do you think, Miss Chow?
I think those who have need I think modern society need talent of all kinds. It's also to gain productivity to a specific country, like when they are they can like gain reputation for the country, and also
Yes.
like when they are able to join the Olympics, like that.
You know what? I think this question is very difficult, I know. So, Miss Chow, maybe you should try to think about the answer for this one at home. We should end it here, I think. Okay, let's end it here. Fair way, class? Okay.